All right, pardon the sniffles. I'm very stuffed up right now. I also have a bad cough. Hopefully, it will go away at some point in my life. We're going to see. Anyway, so this first program that we're looking at when it comes to recording on a Mac with HD PVRs is called HD. I'm sorry, this one is EyeTV, not HD PVR Capture. This program is made by Elgato. It costs $75, and it will work with the HD PVR1 and the HD PVR1 Gaming Edition. As you can see, it has its own view, and it even shows you that you're coming in through component input. Lets you do all this stuff, lets you see everything. It'll be about 4 seconds behind, so you cannot actually play your game through this. You're going to have it hooked up to a television still, unless you just don't ever want to get anything done. But it's very nice. It has its own little files browser here, so you can see the files that you have. You can also see how large they are. As you can see, this one is 158 seconds. It is 82.9 megabytes. This one is an hour and 24 minutes, and it is 2.6 gigabytes. This one, almost 3 hours, gets up to about 8 gigabytes. Now remember, this is 720p maximum going through component. You can do 1080i, but you're better off doing 720p. So the file sizes will be different when we talk about the 1080p recording that I'll be showing off. Also, through the program, you can just open up a file that you've already done. You can scrabble through it. This would be the very first day of GTA Online, when I spent literally almost an hour and a half trying to get past the first race, and it would just freeze up on me and everything else, and I just stopped recording out of frustration. Also, right from this browser, you can right click, you can rename, so we can say GTA Online WTF, and you rename it, and now it's GTA Online WTF. You can also edit, so you can actually go in and you scrabble through, and let's say you find a little spot that you want to start at. You can then find a spot you want to end at, so that's 30 minutes or so, but I'm not really going to do anything. You can right click, it'll compact. You can export the clip as something. You can save the clip as a separate recording, all that sort of stuff. It's actually very nice. It's a very nice full feature program. A little remote control here. You can pause, fast forward, rewind, record. You can control the volume so you don't have to hear it if your computer is next to you while you're recording, like mine is. That does not affect the recording volume, by the way. This only affects the volume that will come out of your speakers or your headphones. Also, in this nice little viewer that they have built in, you can actually scrabble back. As you can see, it's at 1030, just about, a little more. And what I can do with that is I can then scrabble back if something cool happens, say at 7:57, and then I could say, okay, record. And I can record this thing. Let's say, there was a really cool explosion and whatever, 5 people died. Doesn't matter. Record for as long as you want. Okay, so we're almost 15 seconds. We'll just hit stop. And then it goes back to where you are currently. And oops, didn't mean to make it full screen. But now you see, there's the recording I just did. Works very well. It's unfortunate, though, that this program is not going to support the HD PVR2 Gaming Edition Plus or any HD PVR2 that uses HDMI. My thought on this is because Elgato has their own Elgato Game Recorder HD, as they call it, which has its own software, but I also assume it would work with EyeTV. Pardon me. And they don't want to support Hapog's HD PVR. This is actually very bad because this program is far more full-featured than the program that you are forced to use on the Mac side with the HD PVR2. Which is called HDPVR Capture, which I'll be showing off in the next segment. I don't like it as much. I like having this little remote control that I can just hit. It also shows how long you're recording in it. I like the screen so I can look and see how it's going. I like this wonderful little file browser, so as I rename stuff, it just goes to wherever I want it to go. It shows me how big the file is. Very full featured. If you actually use it for television, there's different things for that, but I don't actually have cable hooked up into my gaming room, so I don't have to worry about that. It's just very nice, and I do not like the fact that it will not support HD PVR2s, because as I'm about to show you, HD PVR Capture is far less full-featured. Everything that is built into this program is just simply not in HD PVR Capture. And let's switch over to that now. Alright, so I don't have the recording software showing it, but I'm going to open HD PVR Capture. There we go. Now, unfortunately, every single time that this program starts, it must detect the serial number on your device, which is completely stupid. Completely stupid. I don't like it at all. Video encoder. Okay, I've reset everything to custom. How did this happen? Oh, Jesus, really? This looked so good before, and you hit custom and it changes this bullshit. Okay, see, now this is another problem. Now I got to go in and manually adjust the colors and the saturation and the hue to try and the contrast. Let's try that at 150. To try to get this, try 190, to look good on my television. Literally, this is affecting how my television looks right now. And I don't like that. That's really bad. I don't like that. Now I have to like sit there and figure out the damn settings that I want to make it just look decent on my freaking TV. God, that's stupid. Super stupid. That looks better. I'm gonna have to fuck with this later. Wonderful. This fucking program, really. As you can tell, I do not like this program. The only thing that I like about this program is this little record microphone option, where you get to, while you're recording, record your microphone. So if you're doing commentary while you're playing, or whatever, you know, you just want to hear your voice as you get the kills and be like, yeah, go motherfucker, whatever. That's cool. You can do that. I don't need that right now. The audio encoder aspect, okay, so you can show enable LED light. Okay, great, because, you know, you need that. Perform post-processing. This is also actually a nice feature where it will automatically, when you get done recording, it will convert the M2TS files, which are Blu-ray files basically, into MP4 files, and then you can also add them to iTunes if you want, which you don't need to do. However, you'll notice that there's no screen that popped up, nothing that is showing me what I've played. In order to have a screen pop up, you need to have VLC installed, which is fine in the aspect of VLC is a very cool media playback program. It often will open files on Mac or PC that they won't generally open on their own, that sort of stuff. But if you want to see what you are recording at the same time, you have to hit yes to this, and it will not pop up until you hit record. Down here you can set your maximum hours and minutes that you wish to record for, which is good in the sense of your hard drive space. These files at 1080p get very large, and they will eat through your hard drive space like nothing. Pardon me, nothing else. I've set this to custom. But every time you start this program, if you don't go in and click off this little preference thing here that says automatic, or not, no, where is it? Always use default application settings on startup. Okay, if that's checked, it's going to change it to component. This might actually, let's see what happens when how it's going to look on my television. Oh, all right. Maybe I should look at this later. 128, 176, 0, 128, 128. Now it looks good. All right. So, but if you decide to take that off, okay. Now you see, well, you don't see yet, but you look, boom. Why did it change it? It didn't need to change it. So what was that? 176, 0, 128, 128, 128. So now, yay, my TV looks okay. This actually affects how it looks through your television because it's actually telling the PVR what it should be set at. Which, again, I find kind of stupid. And just clicking that little box changed all that, which I don't understand why. Just very stupid. Very stupid. Your conversion, it'll show you the file name after it's recorded, and it will show up in here, and it'll let you know when it's converting and when it's being done. You can sync to iCal. I don't know why you'd want to. It's pretty bad. As again, video encoder, insanely good. 14 megabits per second. Yes. Constant bit rate. That's what you're going to want. See, all this stuff you didn't need to screw with in EyeTV. It was just done. It was nice. It was right there. All right. So let's see what happens when we go to record. We're going to show the audio encoder thing because it's stupid that this is there. Okay, so monitor video while recording to disk. Yes. All right, so we're going to record something real quick, and this is all that happens. Pops up, yay, the little green light pops on the HDPVR2, but it takes VLC about forever and a day to open up. And, oh, there it goes. And boom. Now it's finally showing up, and you'll see oh, why did it do that? I don't get it. Gotta hit play again. It shows you the file name at the bottom, which, you know, wonderful. It's a full 6 or so seconds behind whatever you're doing on the screen. So just like with EyeTV, you cannot really, fucking really, fuck you. All right, just fuck you. It's a good thing I don't actually need to see my shit while I'm recording. Because, oh, Jesus Christ. There's a little preview. Yeah, okay. Great. Let's see if VLC actually opens up. There we go. Hey, you going to crash again? Is your little video thing going to crash again, or can I actually do something? We'll see. I'm moving stuff around on the screen. And like I said, about 6 seconds behind, and nothing's happened on the screen. Yeah, great. Love you. I love you, HDPVR Capture. I really do. In a completely sarcastic and not at all way. So, I'm going to shut that because it looks like shit anyway. And I'm going to hit stop. So we're going to, then you go to conversion, boom, you can see it showing up in my file here. It shows that it's running. So however long that recorded for, I'm not even sure. It was 70.8 megabytes. Obviously, there's not much going on the dashboard, so its bitrate stayed low for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. Conversion, okay, now it's done. Now we'll look and see how it looks. I don't really understand why did I open it with the wrong thing? I probably did. There we go. Alright, boom. It records nice, for the most part. Obviously, since I'm recording my screen at the same time, there's going to be some artifacts that show up. But, you know, gives you a basic idea of what it looks like. But just on the whole, I look at this program and I really wish that EyeTV supported the HDPVR2. One, I paid $75 for it. Granted, I paid $75 for it 2 years ago, but I did pay for it. And it would be really nice if they just updated it to work with these other devices. But, you know, company, no, we can't support somebody else's stuff. Oh, no, that's bad. We have our own HDMI recorder. We don't need to support theirs. Go fuck yourself, all right? Because this program, not very good. You need third-party software to have a view of what you're doing, and as you saw, it even crashed. The video player crashed during that. And granted, VLC is free, and it's a good program on its own. However, the fact that you need that makes me go, so why are you charging as much as you do for this program? This program, if you buy it separately from the HDPVR Gaming Edition Plus, which is the only version that you'll have to pardon me, like I said, I'm all congested. You get this software for free with that on your Mac, but normally it costs $30. Okay, so if you just buy the regular HDPVR2, this will cost you $30 to get. And as you can see, this is showing the back of the HDPVR2 Gaming Edition Plus, and the only difference in the hardware really is right here, this little optical in. So it's got a SPDIF. Great. It's $20 more than the regular edition, but in effect you save $10 by not having to buy this program. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it. I do not like this program at all. The fact that this is the quote Hapag edition, as you can see here, basically what it means is that the guy who created the program, who does work at Hapag, by the way, he's an engineer there, he tells you that if you have a problem with this version of the program, that you have to talk to Hapag. Now, I did have a problem with my HDPVR2 that was completely out of the blue. If you go and watch without... there was a YouTube video that showed me how to fix it, basically. If you go to one of those preview videos for anything on Xbox Live where it streams it, then suddenly your HDPVR2 Gaming Edition Plus sends this horrible clicking sound through your television if you do anything besides watch those videos. And that was horrible. And I found out that what you have to do is you have to go over to System, to your console settings, your display, and there's a display discovery option. You actually have to turn that off. And after turning it off and then manually setting yourself to 1080p, that problem goes away. I tried many different fixes. I unplugged the HD PVR for a little, or PVR2 for 5 minutes. So like let the RAM clear out. Worked once, didn't work after that because I wanted to test and see if that was what the problem was. I contacted Hapag, and I mentioned this problem, and they told me, oh, if you're on a Mac, you got to contact the guy who makes HDPVR Capture. Meanwhile, the guy who makes HDPVR Capture says, oh, this is the Hauppauge edition of the software. You've got to contact them. So basically, it's a big back and forth where nobody wants to take responsibility for this. And I'm going to put a link in the description with the video that told me how to fix it, because that girl deserves some views for that. I thank her very much for being able to help me fix that problem, because otherwise I was going to return this product, get my money back, and go and buy one of their competitors' products. The only reason that I bought this product is because it comes with a built-in H.264 encoder, hardware encoder, I should say, so that when you actually export the movies to MP4, your computer isn't taxed. This program and EyeTV both send the file back to the Hauppauge HD PVR or HD PVR2, and those encode it for you, so your system isn't taxed. The Elgato HD Capture device, which does work on a Mac, by the way, but it has much higher system settings that you need, or system performance that you need, for the sole reason that when the software actually does everything for you and you export, it's actually using your computer's resources. So the Hauppauge's, the nice thing is a built-in H.264. And that's really the only reason I went with it. But using this software with it is horrible. I don't like it at all. I really just wish that I could use the EyeTV. It's just not full-featured. It's not worth the $30 the guy's asking for, let alone anything, really. If he actually sits down and turns it into a program like EyeTV, with its own built-in viewing window that you can scrabble through and go back and record something that happened when you weren't recording, which you can't do with this, okay? If something's not showing up, well, sorry, you can't do it. Where you don't need to go to audio encoder to get a video option, which stupid, okay? Again, the only thing I like. Okay, so why audio encoder here? This is a good thing or a good example of why this program is just so weird. Under audio encoder is where you see the preview window through VLC. Under video controls is where you get to put if you want to record through your microphone at the same time. Do we see a slight problem here? This is audio, this is video, but yet the video is under the audio controls and the audio is under the video controls. The fuck? Anyway, if you're on a Mac and you're going to get an HDPVR2 Gaming Edition, obviously you're going to need HDPVR Capture, and I really feel sorry for you, because hopefully after the new year I'm going back to Windows, because I'm really tired of all the shit that's been happening with my Mac lately. And also, Hauppauge has made new software for their own video recording, which is supposed to be way better than the old software on Windows. And, you know, it'll just be nice to see how that works, as opposed to how this works, which, as I've shown you, is not extremely well. It does record the movies. It will record them at a, you know, decent everything. Just remember, of course, that your file sizes are going to be big when you do everything. I had recorded a half-hour video before. It was like 33.5 minutes, and it came out to 3.5 gigabytes at that size. So they're going to be big files, so you're going to need some hard drive space. And as we can see here, my hard drive space is getting kind of low at 351 gigabytes. And I say that's low because of shit that's been happening with my Mac, where if it gets much lower than that, it's like, oh my god, I don't have enough memory to run programs. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't have enough memory to run programs? This is why I'm going back to Windows, okay? I'm rambling now. So I'm going to stop before I completely just start shooting myself over having to use this program.